be very shallow because they're actually using very shallow points in the first place. We here are trying to talk of a bigger picture on how it affects society, but they are actually narrowing it down to youths and students. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we disregard that and we are totally against it because K-pop is not only for students, it is not only for the young ones that are there, it is also for adults that are here in Malaysia and other countries, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we accept their definition of the emotion, which is a music industry that causes bad influence, and we are here to fight against it. But the parameters of this debate that this government has actually stopped us at is limiting our arguments, which you can't debate about. Like students and youth, it is not only the students and youth that are actually going to be influenced of this culture. It's too narrow for a debate to actually happen. Now, we are here to talk about we are going to set a proper parameter so that there will be a clash of opinions, so that there will be a debate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me go on, before going on into my rebuttals, let me go on into my clarification. Now, our stance of this debate is that K-pop does have good influence, and it is actually has more good influence on the society than actually bad influence. Ladies and gentlemen, our definition, we accept the definition and we now have already set the new parameters. Alright, and what did my first speaker say? Now, my first speaker actually said that when we hear Korean pop culture's music, with that we tend to have the curiosity to look in depth of that certain song and lyrics to understand it more. And through understanding it, we are able to become somewhat like a global citizen because of the fact that we start to implement ourselves into that culture, to learn more about that culture. Now, let me go into my rebuttals. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker, which is the Prime Minister of the government team, stated that students are not going to focus in their education just because of K-pop. You see, she also stated that students will be gossiping about idols. And from the way that she's saying it, she's saying that K-pop seems to somehow influence all the students that are there, because it's somehow they're portraying that all the students actually like K-pop. And I am one of the students that do not like K-pop here. And not because it is a bad influence, it's just because I am not really interested in it. Alright, so that shows their point is very, very irrelevant. Okay, moving on, even if we are going to say that, right, ladies and gentlemen, it is not true. Why? Because they are not going to get influenced by only K-pop, because there are other cultures such as Western culture that are out there. And they talked about having the plastic looks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not only K-pop that has plastic surgery. It is these students and young people, so-called young people, are actually influenced by other cultures, such as the Western culture. And not to forget, the own celebrities that we have in our country actually does use plastic surgery. And it is them also that can contribute into the influencing of these young minds. Now, when the second speaker actually came up, she actually stated that it's actually bad, that K-pop actually has a bad influence on fashion. And she also gave the same example of plastic surgeries, which I'm going to repeat myself, is not that influential, because there are other cultures that are also influencing this plastic surgery and all that. Now there was one controversy topic that the speaker she brought up, which is they forget religion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not their problem. It is not the K-pop's problem to actually bring these people and forget religion. Now, what is the main objective of religion in the first place is to teach all those followers to hold strong in their faith, no matter what the consequences. just because of one culture, that does not revoke you of making of losing the religion that you have, and you're not going to practice it anymore. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me come into my own points. You see, what are the benefits of K-pop? What they have done is actually something of great things to discuss about. They, ladies and gentlemen, have set a platform for other countries to flaunt off their own cultures. Why am I saying this? As already that we know, K-pop was actually one of the very first Asian countries to actually come up and dominate the mass media and to dominate entertainment in itself. But you see, it is because of their influence that countries are looking up to them, and the countries look, oh wait, they are actually influencing us to actually come up to flaunt the cultures that we have. And that is what we can do. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if K-pop is not going to be there. Those influences, those prompting that the nation has now, those Asian countries that has now, will not be there. We will not be prompted to actually come up, to step up into the global entertainment time and actually show off our culture and actually flaunt off our culture. That is the bigger picture here that we are talking about. But the opposition seems to be talking of something very shallow, such as plastic surgery and forgetting religion and all that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are to actually think, if you are to actually, what have I actually shown you here is that